Alright guys, welcome to the video today. So this video is basically going to be going over my first impressions of the Xbox One and the Taken King as well. Basically the main, I guess, first topic I would say is that I'm back. I should be making videos pretty regularly. I have a couple things to attend to tomorrow morning, so I'm going to be waking up early for that. But as far as my first impressions go for the Xbox, it's a lot of fun to play on. You know, just playing against different sweaty people is a little bit different than, you know, playing against people on the PS4. Because if you've been playing people on PS4, you've had the console for a very long time. And if you're playing them, you probably have been playing the same exact players for about 5 to 6 months, so it definitely does get a little bit old, you know, after you play on the same console for an extended amount of time. But overall, you know, just playing against different players is a lot of fun. One of the people I played against was War Bulletproof, Bodies with 2 eyes, Recoin I think it was, and a few other people that were really good, so it was a lot of fun playing against tier 1 players from the Xbox. I actually just finished playing a couple sweaties right now that I did pretty well, and I didn't actually get to record any of the matches that I did because I don't really have my Elgato set up for the Xbox One, which is a little bit unfortunate. But moving forward in the future, I should have everything to set up to the point where I can stream and both record at the same time, so I can get gameplay from these sweaties. But for now, that's all I can really say. You know, the Xbox, as people kind of told me, they said the last word registration was a little bit off. I definitely felt it. The hip fires just don't hit land and, you know, hit like they do on PS4. But overall, it's still really fun to play on. And then moving on to the next portion of the videos are my Taken King impressions. So as part of the Taken King comes the very big and anticipated, you know, weapons update or weapon repatch or whatever you want to call it. Basically the weapon balancing within Destiny to basically nerf exotic hand cannons, buff auto rifles, and I guess somehow nerf/buff pulse rifles in a way. I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but so far from, you know, the gameplay that I've seen PvP wise from the Taken King, it looks like a ton of fun. You know, so far I kind of looked at a couple of the things they added. They actually ended up adding new sights, which I wasn't really aware of for a while, but you know, just by seeing the sights, they do look a lot of fun to use. They look like a new improvement into the game. You know, the new class weapons, not class weapons, the class of weapons. So Suros has their own line of weapons. You know, that's just one of the examples, but a lot of different weapons have their own line now. So there's like a Suros auto rifle, Suros pulse rifle, Suros hand cannon, same with Amalon, which was the actual creator of the Hardlight. So just a lot of cool stuff there. The gameplay, you know, with the new subclasses looks a lot of fun. You know, the different game modes look like they could be a little bit more competitive than something like Skirmish that is simply based off of revives, you know, headshot points, kills, etc. That's not really an objective game mode. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. As far as competitive goes, I do think the Taken King is a step in the right direction. They do need to, you know, keep the time to kill a little bit, you know, I guess balanced to the point where it's in the middle. It shouldn't be too fast like it is with Last Word and Thorn, but it shouldn't be so slow to the point where, you know, auto rifles are taking forever to kill one person. So, you know, at least personally, I do think I'm going to be using a pulse rifle for the most part once the Taken King comes out. We're going to have to play around with the Last Word. I'm not quite sure how heavily it's going to be affected. But, you know, so far it does look like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play. That's basically going to wrap it up for the video today. If you guys did enjoy this video today, feel free to drop a like down below and subscribe so you don't miss any type of video in the future, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
Heavy ammo inbound. Heavy ammo available. Zone C neutralized. Your strategy's working. Maintain control. One final push and victory is yours. Enemy captured Zone C. A single victory doesn't win a war, but it's a start. Good work.